Welcome back, guys, to another fun-filled episode to the Crazy Sasquatch Show. So we did New England and Bills yesterday of the AFC East. We're going to finish with that division today with the Jets and the Dolphins, and then we'll give you guys a rundown of the rankings we gave of this division, who we think is going to win the division, possible wild card into the playoffs. We'll see. I'm not going to give you any hints on how we ranked in New England and Buffalo yesterday. You have to watch that episode from yesterday to see how they pan out. Brett and I are really different on New England, so the Cam Newton kind of stirred the pot on some things, but Brett stood his ground. I think Cam may have changed a few things of New England signing him. Watch yesterday's episode. At any rate, we'll get going with this episode. Jets are on the board first. As you can see, some of the wins and losses are already filled out because we went through these teams already. So I believe this is like episode 19 or 20. I think episode 20. So we've done all the NFC teams. We're going to be almost halfway through the AFC teams after this episode. So that's the reason there's already wins and losses up here, because we've already covered those teams and predicted these wins and losses for these teams already. So might go kind of quick. As we get in the next few episodes, the board's going to get filled out even more, so we'll go even quicker. I'll touch on a few fantasy players here and there. So at any rate, we'll get going on the New York Jets of the AFC East. Starting quarterback Sam Darnold. Kind of had his ups and downs the last couple years. Running backs, Le'Veon Bell. Didn't have the greatest year last year moving over there. People thought he was going to have a great year. I think their offensive line kind of hurt. Herndon for your tight end. Perriman, Mims is a rookie, and Crowder as your wide receivers. A lot of young names here in Perriman and Mims. With no preseason games and not a lot of practice this year, with the whole COVID-19 and everything. Not a lot of practice from the veterans to the rookies. Learn the speed of the game, learning their routes, especially wide receivers, where routes mean everything when you cut and catch. So that may hurt the rookies going to any rookie. Running backs that can catch the ball, that are going on routes, wide receivers. This year may be a little hindrance to the rookies. They might not pick up in the beginning of the season like they usually do because of the lack of preseason, lack of working together with your team members. So, offense last year, guys, you were dead last, I believe. Total offense, 32nd, yeah. So, that don't help. He gained a few guys in the draft. Like I said, Mims is a rookie. Defense, you guys held your own on defense. Seventh overall ranked on defense. It just, when your offense isn't doing nothing, when your offense is ranked dead last, your defense, even though they're top 10, they're getting wore out there, guys, and you're going to get scored against. I mean, they were 7-9. 7-9 is not bad for having the worst ranked offense in the league. Your defense held up. Lost a couple guys on defense, though, but you gained a few guys on defense. So I think maybe if your offense can stay on the field a little longer, you help that defense out. Not saying, you got to get your offensive line beefed up, which you guys did a lot of drafting. Looks like you beefed up your offensive line big in the draft. So if you can protect Sam Darnold, if you can get some running lanes for Le'Veon Bell, you signed Frank Gore, kind of a workhorse, has been around forever, seems like. So, saying that, we'll see what your guys' schedule looks like. New England and Buffalo, a couple tough teams in your division, guys. You got to play them twice apiece. That hurts. You got Miami, that could be an interesting team this year with a lot of draft picks, a lot of moving around of key players this over the off season. So we'll get going with the Jets, then we'll move into more Miami. But anything to say about the Jets? All right, we'll get into the Jets. So what we think of these guys, and then I said at the end of the episode we'll go through all 4 teams in this division. So from previous episodes, we've already covered Buffalo and 49ers. So playing the Jets, we both got them going 0-2 beginning of the season. Buffalo, if you watch yesterday's episode, most likely a playoff caliber team. 49ers, playoff caliber team. Jets, I don't think quite there yet. So 0-2. Then you going all the way to Indianapolis at 0-2. Phillip Rivers is now in Indianapolis, so Phillip Rivers. Decent running game with Indy with Mack and Taylor. Decent wide receivers. Indy's got a okay defense. This could be a shoot 'em out. Veteran quarterback Mims for Jets. 3 weeks into the season, he's going to be, lined up with Darnold. I don't know. Le'Veon Bell. I think this will be a hard fought match. Indy could be a playoff caliber team if Phillip Rivers don't throw so many interceptions and is, throw it here and there. But I think the running game, both teams can match up. I think it's the passing game where I think Jets could have the defense to slow this down, but I just don't see them beating the Colts. It should be a close game. It should be a very good game, though, because if Jets defense can slow the Colts down, anything's possible.
I'm just going to go down the line quickly. At Indy, Indy probably is going to have a way better offense than the Jets. Jets maybe slightly better defense, but overall, Indy's a more complete team. Same with Denver, more complete team, more better team. They're probably going to outmatch Jets on offense and defense. They're probably going to have a better offense in 2020 than Jets, better defense in 2020 than Jets. And those two games, Indy I could go seeing either way, but Indy I just get a slight edge to them. Denver, I only can see it Denver's way.
Denver, I like Drew Lock. Got a couple decent running backs in Denver now. Sutton, good wide receiver. You got a rookie wide receiver in Judy. Denver's going to have a tough defense. I think he can slow these guys down. I don't know what Le'Veon Bell's going to do this year. They got Frank Gore, but I think Denver's got the more youthful team, especially in running back. They can wear the Jets defense down if they're out there for too long. So, sorry Jets, we both got you going 0-5 starting the season. Not an easy schedule. Buffalo, playoff caliber. 49ers, Indy, Denver, Arizona. These are 5 playoff caliber teams right off the beginning of the season, Jets. Just tough. Chargers, here comes your first team that lost your starting running back from last year. Still got 2 top wide receivers. Pretty good defense. You got Bosa. I don't know who's going to be quarterbacking. Tyrod Taylor or your rookie you drafted. Could be interesting here. Jets, I think, maybe you could pull this one off. It's going to be a tough battle at the Chargers, which is, a team from the East Coast going up the West Coast. Seems like they lag a little bit in the game. Could be a very interesting game. For whatever reasons, I think Jets, you get your first win right here. Oh, Green loss. I think it'd be close.
At Chargers, these two teams match up pretty well. Chargers lost number 1 running back, number 1 quarterback. Jets, if they use Le'Veon Bell, if they use him correctly, which they probably aren't like last year, they're like last in rushing. I think they're like 27th, 28th, but either way, this is going to be a very close game, and I'm just going to give a slight edge to the Chargers since it's at Chargers. If it was at Jets, I'd give the Jets the win by like a last-second field goal.
Okay, Buffalo. Watch yesterday's episode. We'll go into more depth on that one. Kansas City, Super Bowl champs last year. Sorry, Jets. You're just not there on Kansas City's level yet. There's not much to say about that one. You got to play a Super Bowl caliber team.
So looking at the first half of the schedule, first 8 weeks, playoff team, maybe wild card, playoff team, and another playoff team. Kansas City is a more complete team, more better team. I just don't, there's probably a 90% chance that Kansas City is going to win this, maybe a 5% chance Jets are going to win, but I don't see Jets winning this at all. Maybe if Kansas City gets like all half their starters injured, that's like the only case.
Week 9, New England. I'm not sure if Stidham or Newton's going to be the quarterback here. I guess by this time of the season, if they're both healthy, if Stidham starts and the falters, Cam may be in, and Cam may win the starting job. I don't know in New England, but I think New England just got too much of an overall team, veteran team, for the Jets to win this one. Miami, we'll go pretty quick here. Miami, a lot of draft picks, brought in some running backs, got Jordan Howard, Breida. I don't know who's going to be quarterbacking. I believe it's Fitzpatrick or Tua at this time. You got to have a rookie quarterbacking. You got to have an old veteran. I don't know. Wide receivers, Miami are okay. Defensive-wise, though, Miami, 30th last year. And Jets wasn't much better. So, what I'm going to do this one, guys, I go to Miami. At Miami, Miami may pull this one off. But when you play Miami, I think you may get the win here. So I'm giving the Miami and the Jets a split in the season right here.
And I'm doing the exact same thing. At Miami, they're going to have a loss. Miami going to Jets, they're going to win. They're pretty even teams. Last year, almost the exact same stats except maybe the defense. They were one of the worst offenses last year, both of them. Jets actually had above average defense, I think top 10, top 7, I think. And Dolphins, what was their overall on defense last year?
Overall defense was 30th.
So yeah, Jets 7th best, Dolphins 30th, Jets on defense 7th, Miami also very bad. So these two teams this year both got better. I think Jets, I think they lost the number 1 corner.
Yeah, his name. Jets.
Dolphins lost their number 1 corner and Aqib Talib or something.
Yeah.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
You did good.
But I think they're pretty even teams, and they'll split those 2 weeks.
Okay, going into the Raiders. Raiders, I think, knocking on the door of playoffs. We'll get in the Raiders probably tomorrow or the next day when we get into their division. We have not covered the Raiders yet. Josh Jacobs, I love the running back. Derek Carr, I think it's going to have a good year. Raiders beat up their defense a little bit. You can't do that. Oh, okay. You like throwing it over there. Jumping ahead. Kids. At any rate, Raiders, I think you got a little better team at this point in time. I said they upgraded their defense. You got some pretty good weapons on the offense. I'm sorry. Sorry, Jets, I give the Raiders the edge on this one.
Raiders, most people, I haven't watched predictions about the Raiders. They're probably the only team I haven't yet. But I'd probably, if I saw the people, they'll probably say they probably won't make the playoffs. I definitely think they are a playoff team. They're as good as a playoff team. Their defense, super good. Their offense, probably going to be above average this year. And Jets, well, just like any other week, they're getting like outmatched. Raiders all over the ball is probably better. And that's all I have to say against the Raiders. They're probably going to be a playoff team, if not wild card.
So the next 4 teams, Seattle, Rams, Cleveland, and New England, we've already covered in previous episodes. Playoff caliber. I got him playoff caliber. Brett, not so much. If you watched last week's episode, or yesterday's episode, sorry. Cleveland actually have a little better team. I'm sorry, Jets. I got you a couple of wins, but you just got to, man, your schedule's not nice to you guys. Sorry, Jets. I said some of these could be close. It could go either way, but when you're playing this many playoff caliber teams, and the season's going to go the way it's going to go with, the beginning of it. I mean, this is the veteran teams are coming here and knowing how to play together. Younger younger teams with a lot of young rookies at Miami, they got to have time to gel. I just don't think with the lack of preseason, the lack of playing together, we'll see how it goes in the next couple months. It's mid-July right now. And you get a couple months before season starts. You may have guys not want to play because of the COVID thing. I've heard baseball players already that are not going to play. They got kids at home, and they're out to not to play. So it could be an interesting season. But rookies, teams with a lot of rookies, rookie starting quarterbacks, running backs, wide receivers, I think this year are going to lack a little bit of getting going because of the lack of, like I said, this lack of everything before the regular season. So with saying that, we'll get into the Dolphins. Dolphins, you had a butt ton of draft picks. You brought in some running backs. You got Jordan Howard. You got Matt Breida. I think Breida, being a little speedier, a little younger, may be the one, the ball hog. I think he can catch a little bit better. Howard, you may see him more on the goal line if he can stay healthy. I was surprised the Eagles got rid of him. I mean, for the Bears, he did pretty decent. You know, all of a sudden he's down at Miami. You know,
Jordan Howard?
Yeah.
He is. I think every single year, the past 4 or 5 years, he had 1,000-yard rushing. Maybe not last year in the Eagles, but he's above average running back.
Yeah.
Feel pretty good.
So Miami, I mean, with Breida and Howard, I think you got a 1-2 punch. Fitzpatrick, the old man there, I mean, if he's playing, he's got experience. Tua, we'll see. Like I said before, the rookies coming in this year. I don't think they'll be starting or not. I'm not going through all your guys' draft picks. You guys picked a bunch of draft picks up. It's going to take a little bit to gel. Gesicki at tight end. Devontae Parker, you got a very good wide receiver, Parker. Allen Hurd. Wilson, you got some decent wide receivers here. Fitzpatrick seems like he does a pretty decent job of getting the ball out. Not very mobile against tough defenses. He's going to get rushed. Last year, offensive-wise, you guys are 27th. I think a running back, that might make you, there's 2 running backs I mentioned, I think may help you get above that. Tua, if he's starting, gives you another dimension. A younger quarterback, a little more mobility. I still don't see this team reaching the playoffs this year. There's too many rookies, too much changing guard. These players got to have time to play together. The rookies got to get time to understand the speed of the pros from college. So Miami, this year is going to be a growing year for you, a learning year. In the future, you guys are going to be a tough team. This year, though, it's going to be kind of tough. I said defense, you had 30th last year. Offense, 27th. Ouch. Amazingly, you're still 5-11 though. You pulled some off. We'll see what the record looks like here. Just by glancing at it, not a real easy schedule with Kansas City, Buffalo, New England, 49ers, Rams, Arizona. Some tough playoff teams. So we'll get into your schedule real quick here. Should go pretty quick. A lot of it's already filled out. See what your final record prediction is going to be from the Sasquatches here.
I don't know. Say something.
Oh, go ahead.
And they brought in a lot of rookies, but if there's not going to be preseason, which is highly, this is going to happen. So no preseason. They're barely going to play as a team in training camp. So the rookies really have no experience until they practice before week 1, and also before we get into the predictions by week 8 to see how it's doing. I would start Fitzpatrick, but then after that, if they're doing good, which probably not, switch to Tua. If they are doing good, stay with Fitzpatrick. But if they are, I'm gonna predict to week 9, to week 17, they're gonna start Tua.
It might go up. So New England, Buffalo, right off the bat. Watch yesterday's episode, guys. We'll go in more of these. I think 2 playoff caliber teams here. Brett, not so much on New England. Jacksonville. I don't know. Fournette's not the happiest there as running back, but I think he's going to be there. Jordan Minshew had his ups and downs last year. Came on real strong towards the end of the season. He kind of wavered a little bit, but you got some okay wide receivers there. Defense I kind of worry about in Jacksonville. If Fitzpatrick's playing this early in the season, which I predict he will, just because of everything going on, I like the double-edged sword of the running backs, the speed of Breida and the power of Howard. I think Miami, I know he had a poor defense last year. Jacksonville, I don't know if you're going to be much better. You got a one-man show at running back, to me anyway, with Fournette. I don't know what Gardner Minshew's going to do. I can see Miami getting a little bit of an upset here. Home state, Jacksonville, Miami, both in Florida. Not very far to travel, so it could be almost like a home game. I think Fitzpatrick's going to pull this one off.
At Jacksonville, they're probably going to start Fitzpatrick, which if they do that, they're going to lose. If they start Tua, they're going to win. It's going to be that close, but I think Tua's actually going to be better than Fitzpatrick by week 3. But it could go either way. If they start Fitzpatrick, loss. If they start Tua, win. So by then, like if you count like when Trubisky played with the Bears, they started Mike Glennon, they started doing bad, and then they started Trubisky, they started winning again. It's going to be the exact same. They're going to keep losing until they start him, and then they'll start winning again.
So weeks 4 and 5, Seattle and 49ers, tough teams. We've already covered them in other episodes. Week 6, Denver. Denver's going to be one of those teams. They get some key players back on defense. Second year, Fangio as their head coach, understanding the players understanding how he wants to play. Very good defensive-minded coach. I think Drew Lock's going to come around this year. You got Sutton. Drafted Judy, wide receiver. By week 6, him and Locke should be getting on the same page. Denver's got 2 good running backs. You just got San Diego's, plus you already got Lindsey. Denver, I think you got a little more of an edge in this one. Even though you're coming to Miami, I think Denver just has the edge on this one. I'm sorry, Miami. I think Denver could be a wild card team to get in the playoffs this year.
And if there's 2 in a row, and I think they're going to lose, I'm always going to do this, but loss. Dolphins have improved a lot, but Denver, they're going to be a wild card team. Chiefs, also in their division, they're probably going to definitely make the playoffs. Denver probably, Denver or Raiders, those 2 in the same division, but either one, at most, they're going to be a wild card team. And Chargers, I'm actually going to change this one, but while I was talking, I was thinking about this also, but Dolphins, and this year I actually think they're going to have a slightly better offense than them. They have 2 very good running backs, but they're still going to have Fitzpatrick in this game. But if he plays anywhere near he played in Tampa Bay the first couple weeks, they're definitely going to win this. Dolphins defense, question in this one. Chargers defense is also good, but could go either way. I'm giving the slight edge to Dolphins because it's at home.
Yeah, this one here I was wavering on too. Hearing what Brett was saying, plus I was thinking about this game beforehand. Chargers, you got Bosa, you got a very good defense. I don't know who's going to be starting for you at quarterback this time. I guess it depends on your record. Saying that, Fitzpatrick, if you've only won one game and you're into halfway through your season, your quarterback of the future sitting on your bench, I think Tua's coming in. You got one win. Brett's got no wins. I think at this point in time, you start bringing in your future. I don't know how, if Fitzpatrick's putting up good stats or not. If this is true, I think you start bringing in Tua to get him experience for the next year. Saying that, you bring in Tua. If Howard and Breida still going good, at this time, Chargers may have their rookie quarterback in too. Defensive-wise, I agree with Brett. Chargers go with the better defense. Miami might have a better offense. I know Chargers, you got 2 good wide receivers. If they can slow those down, I think the running game of Dolphins, and with Tua kind of maybe a little play action here and there, I think you pull this one off. I think it's close. I think it's a very close, good game. But being the Chargers are in your house, I agree with Brett. I think this is I can't say it's an upset, but I see Miami pulling this one off in a very close game. Arizona, Rams, a couple playoff caliber teams. We've covered these before. Go ahead, Brett.
And by this week, they're going to start the rookie quarterback in Tua.
So, Jets, we kind of led into that over here. I think they on either side of the bye week, I think Miami and Jets split at home and away. I agree. Tua's playing by now. You know, gets a win here. A couple tough teams, wins at this, wins here. Jets pull this one off. Cincinnati, you got Burrows, Mixon, Green. You got if Green's back to healthy, full bore. Cincinnati's defense worries me a little bit, but I think rookie versus rookie. It could be Tua versus Burrows. This could be a fun game to watch. A couple rookies. Mixon versus Howard and Breida. Don't forget about Bernard on Cincinnati, the backup speedster. These two teams are pretty equal. Defenses are probably right there, bottom of the league. Hate to say it, but they're probably there. But I think Cincinnati finds a way to win this one. I like Mixon. I think he's a top, if not a top 10, if not a top 5, at least a top 10 fantasy league pick for your running backs. So, and if I had a running back I had to pick from Miami later on, I think Breida's going to have a decent year. I think he's going to run a lot and probably catch a lot of the backfield. So, if Breida's around for Miami in the fantasy league, I wouldn't mind picking him up just as a backup, even if not for bye weeks, or as insert here and there. But I think Cincinnati gets the win on this one. Super Bowl team versus an up-and-coming growing team. Sorry, guys. I just don't know if there's a way to pull this one off.
In Kansas City going to Dolphins. They're going to stand a better chance than Jets, but I don't see any way of them beating the Kansas City Chiefs. Maybe in 2 years, if their rookies pan out.
New England, we're both split on this one. I think New England's fighting for the playoffs at this point in time. That's the reason I kind of gave New England a win. I think they're fighting for their lives to get in the playoffs as a wild card. Hint. I'll get in the standings here in a minute. Raiders, possible playoff caliber team. It's at Oakland, guys. It's going to be tough to go into Oakland and win. I think Derek Carr's going to have a decent year. I just think Raiders got a little more firepower maybe on offense at this time, a little more veteran know-how. I think Raiders defense is going to be a little bit better at home. It's just going to be a tough game, but I think Raiders pull this one off.
At Raiders and Broncos. If you guys been watching every single week, I've talked highly of them. They're probably going to make the playoffs, one of them, because I don't think you have two wild card teams on one division, but it's either Broncos or Raiders that are going to make the playoffs, or at most wild card, because they won't pass up the Chiefs. But maybe next video or in 3 videos we'll do them. But either one, one of them is going to make wild card.
Write your total down. 3, 2. Right, this one. That one and that one. All right, so we'll go over this division real quick of the AFC East. You guys can watch up to yesterday's episode, but we're going to go over the Bills, what we predicted the Bills and New England's records. We both had the Bills at 13-3. New England 8-8, 3-13. I'm not a New England fan.
Their offense is going to be bottom 20.
Jets 2-14, 1-15. Miami 3-13, 3-13. So that leaves the Bills winning this division. New England, for me, 8-8. Possible wild card. I think Cam Newton's got a chip on his shoulder if he's starting over Stidham. We'll see here, but I got New England 8-8, possibly making the playoffs. Brett's got them at 13-3, not making the playoffs. So we both have Buffalo in the playoffs. maybe changing of the guard here with Buffalo takes the realm of the AFC East over New England with Brady going to Tampa Bay. So, Bills making the playoffs, New England maybe. For Brett, Bills making the playoffs. The rest of the three teams in this division, not. So, we got the AFC East taken care of. We still have the AFC West and the South to do yet. So, we got a few teams to go over yet. We're doing 2 teams an episode. So, I'm not sure which 2 teams we're going to do tomorrow. We'll talk about it as soon as we get done here. Thanks for tuning in. If you like our channel, subscribe to us. We don't have that many subscribers yet. We're trying to give our best effort at doing this. We don't edit this video. We just start it. We do what we do, and then we put it on YouTube. We don't, no edits, no cuts, no retakes. One take, whatever happens, happens. And we just kind of go by the seat of our pants. So, make some comments. If you like what we said, great. If you don't, that's fun with football fans, guys. We all got our own favorite teams, favorite players. Think a little differently. That's what. If we all like the same player and the same team, it wouldn't be any fun. It makes it fun being around everywhere. Everybody liking different teams. Makes it exciting. This year's going to be a weird season. Brett and I went and saw the Bears at their preseason camp last year. Not going to happen this year. Kind of sad. We kind of had some fun down there just meeting players. He got some good autographs. We're going to miss that fan experience this year, but I think the rookies are going to be hurting this year because of that too. Rookies aren't out there with the vets as much in the preseason games. Granted, no preseason games, you're not going to have some of the big injuries. So that's, there's pros and cons to not having preseason. Not as many injuries. Guys are coming in fresh. Same token, your rookies aren't getting the playing time, the speed of the game, and learning the schemes and the playbooks. So, could be interesting. Could be a really interesting year. I hope all the players play. You get a few key players set out because they don't want to, they're worried about the COVID-19 thing like some of the baseball players are doing. And basketball, we'll see how it turns out. We got a couple months here. Things should change. There's some free agents still out there. Javon Cloudy's still out there. I think he'll sign with Seattle, but we'll see on that. So, otherwise, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for tuning in to the Crazy Sasquatch Show. We'll see you guys tomorrow with another 2 teams. Thanks for tuning in.